welcome to another Power Talk with Archana. Power Talk with Archana is your platform to grow your business. We help you turn your ideas into a brand and create its presence to reach your target audience. Representing L&T Global today, we have with us Keshav. Keshav is a part of my professional network and based in Tamil Nadu, India. Keshav is the founder and CEO of risk consulting firm by the name Mantra. He brings close to 3 decades of experience to the industry. Keshav specializes in building competency. He also specializes in using ancient traditional Vedantic principles from Indian wisdom and maps it to the modern techniques of leadership and team effectiveness. Let's find out this very unique style of mentoring teams. Hello Keshav, how are you doing today?
I'm very good at it. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to present what we do through you to the world around you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolute pleasure. We are very delighted to have you with us. I'm sure my audience are looking forward to this episode. So we know that learning programs are oriented around a key objective, and we definitely appreciate the regular reinforcement that is important for long-term learning outcomes. Now, as leaders must adopt new ways to assess their employee performance, we would like to know a titan like you to tell us about few strategies that can help gauge that gap.
Sure. So my journey has been very interesting because I was a journalist before I became an L&D practitioner and started my own company. It's called Mantra. Mantra has a deep significance in Indian philosophy across the world. Mantra is also an acronym for Management Training Research Associate. So that's how I got my Mantra going from Chennai. Suddenly, I was drawn into this new exciting program called Experiential Learning for HCL Technologies in 1999. We started a whole series across Cisco's, division. HCL was running Cisco then, and now Cisco, of course, are big in India. So we started doing team building programs for them in Chennai. There's a story you must have heard, a lot of us have heard, that there was no rain for many years and they wanted to do this yagna or yaga as they call it, to bring rain. And only one little boy came with an umbrella that morning and everyone laughed at him and said, look, we've not had rain for years. What are you doing with an umbrella? And he said, when your yagna is done, it's going to rain and I'm ready. And that showed the faith and innocence that people had in those days, which we are soon losing as a planet. And COVID has brought it back. Many other ways we have learned life lessons that we need to be interdependent. We need to depend on each other. We need to leverage on each other. And we need to also bring win-win outcomes. Today's tennis world, you have the best players in the world, Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. They're also the best of friends because of their respect for each other. And they beat themselves every day in the game rather than beat the other guy. So they have nothing against others doing well. They have everything about their own performance. And the world is now moving that way. I was born and brought up in a Cold War world with Russia and America and the bipolar world of those days. It was all based on suspicion. It was based on beating the other guy, killing him, not letting him survive. The whole world has moved on today. We're all very, very, very collaborative. And if you look at the Indian cricket team today, they're talking about collaboration. Just with Jasprit Bumrah, he's teaching his fellow bowlers. Every ball, he's coaching them because they're young. They just joined the test world, and he is kind of coaching and mentoring. Can you believe that a 29-year-old boy is coaching and mentoring a 25-year-old, right? Just because of their experience in what they do. I think this is the future of the world, and we should all believe in that. L&D Global is a great platform that brings a lot of people together just on the belief that we bring our best to the table before we expect others to do their best. Earlier, we used to be critical about other people and their performance. We used to be controlling all the time. Today, we are supportive. I think the best bosses in the world are supportive. Archana, the key is to keep people together, to make them communicate better and to keep them engaged. So I think today engagement is the big word, the buzzword, and we need to find ways to keep people engaged, because we believe if you communicate more, we become more transparent. If we are more transparent, we become more committed. And if we are more committed, then there is more trust. So we believe in CTCT. That's a model that we talk about at work. Communicate better, be more transparent, increase the commitment, and automatically there will be more trust. And to me today, the key across the world is how to build trust in relationships. So the moment the trust is established, there has to be a commitment to hold the trust. All marriages work on that. All key relationships at work on that. You need to manage trust as a commodity that you need to preserve, and you have to almost believe in it on a daily basis, and you have to almost. That is where the spiritual part of it comes in. You've got to believe in some values that you have to follow eternally in changing times. So, COVID has changed the world, but I don't think it has changed much, because people still follow the values that we had when we were much younger, when our grandparents talked about trust. They talked about doing their best. I think those things have not changed over the last few years. So I believe that nothing has really gone wrong with the world. If anything has gone wrong, it was with the human mind. And when that is sorted out, everything gets sorted out. So I do believe that L&D, learning and development, is the key to a better world. You have to increase faith in learning. You have to believe in investment. The triple bottom line. Don't look only for profit. Develop your people. And don't look just at developing people, but look at your planet. So the triple bottom line is profit, people, and planet. If you don't take care of all three, then there's no point being called a great company. You can be a good company, you can make money, but you can't be a great company if you don't have respect for profit, people, and planet. So that is the way to go in the future. And I think the only way we can do that is to increase our investment in learning and development. So thank you, Archana. And I do believe that in future, we have to make sure that the world moves towards learning and development as a tool for enabling people. Funny thing, Archana, is that there are two mistakes that most professionals make in the world today. Rule number one, never underestimate yourself. Most people don't believe in their own capacity, right? And they tend to believe that they're not good enough. They lack confidence. At least we in India know that. But the even more important second rule of being professional is don't overestimate yourself. So there are people who believe that they can do anything. Just because they won a game, they think they'll never lose again. But I think the mistake for professionals is not to get into either trap. Don't let either success or failure dictate your life. You believe in yourself and keep performing at your peak. So I think today the key is peak performance indicator. And collaboration brings out the best, because everyone is looking for their peak, and you get help from others to reach your peak. And you also help others to reach their peak. So today we are really talking about helping each other bring out their best. And the best way to do that is to help others so that they start helping you. I think there was an old Hindi film song, I remember in my days, which said, तुम बेसहारा हो तो किसी का सहारा बनो, तुमको अपने आप ही सहारा मिल जाएगा. So I think those values have never changed across the world, whether it's a popular Hindi song or a Sanskrit shloka, or something you take from the Bible or the Quran. All the values have remained the same. It's only how we apply it that makes a difference between winning and losing, between learning and development, and destroying yourself through your arrogance. I mean, that's a choice we have to do.
Thank you so much, Keshav. Thanks a lot for speaking to my audience. I'm sure they'll benefit out of this module for sure. Thank you so much for coming on board, and we wish